Hey everyone, Robert here, author of Expansion Mastery, the practical guide to living a fully engaged life. Are you ready to start living life to the fullest? Are you ready and willing to transform yourself and your life from ordinary to extraordinary? Well, let's get started. Welcome to the Fully Engaged Life. Welcome back to the show, everyone. So we will continue with the third installment in this four-part series on the four foundations of transcendent intention, understanding how to unlock the power of human intention through four particular meditative practice exercises. If you haven't yet engaged the first two episodes in this series, I strongly suggest that you go back and listen to those podcasts and then engage in those practices before beginning with the third, because they are in a very particular sequential order and we want to build upon the previous. So please make sure and go back and start at the beginning, and this will help ensure that you have far more success with these practices. So just to recap, episode number 1 used focused desire, and in order to engage our desire this way, we used the power of visualization and physical sensation in order to do that. So make sure that you understand how to focus your desire. Desire is a part of your intent, right? So we understand that all desire is not bad, that we can take desire and focus upon that desire, a healthy desire, such as what we're addressing in the case of this series, robust health. And we have that desire to be healthier. We have that desire to live life more vibrantly, to be more alive. And you can see that that's obviously a good desire, and that is a healthy desire to have. So the first is focusing our desires. Then the second is learning how to focus our thoughts. So this is where we're going to use both the power of the thought, in other words, those mental formations in our own mind, as well as the words that we say. So in the first one, we were visualizing it, we were seeing it. In the second one, we're going to think it, we're going to say it. And this unlocks the power of focused thought. In today's episode, the third part, we're going to address focused effort or focused energy. And what I mean by this is we're going to use applied energy. In other words, whatever we set our mind to, whatever we put our intention or attention on, is applied energy. So what we're going to do here is use a form of imitation in order to bring our desired intention into reality. So whatever it is we're trying to co-create in our life, we want to bring into reality through the use of imitation, through whatever we think, say, and do. So we're going to use this power of action, of actually taking action in the world, and use that applied action to coincide with that which we desire in our mind and heart. So we'll be using focused action as well as imitation and even a little bit of simulation until it becomes reality. So if you understand the sequence of things here, what we want to do is see it in our mind. We want to see things around us that remind us of our focused desire, because this helps us bring it into reality. We want to keep seeing it in our mind, keep connecting to that vision so we can keep a vibrational match to that vision. And then we focus our thoughts. In other words, we can use positive affirmations, mantras, things like that, in order to keep repeating our desire in our own mind, as well as vocalizing it to others. We keep talking about it until it becomes reality. So those are two ways we know we can unlock the ability to create reality. And the third is here by taking action. And that action may be in the form of imitation or simulation until it comes about in reality. So let's go ahead and get right to it today so we can expand on this a little bit. So as usual, find a nice, quiet, comfortable space, sit and relax, take a few deep breaths, make sure you've eliminated any distractions such as your phone. You want to sit comfortably, but not so comfortably you fall asleep. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. And then I recommend using the Breath Bridge program in order to go from your outer world to your inner world. If you have a better way or a way that works for you, that's fine. Use that. The Breath Bridge is the best way, the easiest and most effective, safe method for doing that I have found. So that's why I enjoy that one so much. I still use it today. If you have something else, go for it. We want to make sure then that we are putting ourselves in a position to go into the meditative state. So take a few deep breaths, calm and relax yourself. Move from the outer world to the inner world. And now we're going to use the mind to focus our intention and contemplate just how powerful your focused imitation can be. If you focus your sense of imitation, of simulation strongly enough, you have the power to overcome normal states of the physical world and even intellectual understanding in order to consciously and deliberately create your reality. This is how you bring about your reality. This is how you co-create. We want to reach a state of knowing that this ability is real and that it goes beyond all intellectual understanding. Focus your effort, in other words, your energy, both mental and physical, as a way to attain a higher state of consciousness. What you want to do in this stage is to find ways to imitate that which you desire until it becomes truth, until it becomes reality. Through acting out strongly enough, you can overcome the limits of the logical natural world and create the life you desire. We're going to take action and once again use this to continue building upon the momentum we started through the first two exercises. So you want to use this meditative state to visualize and think about your goal and to find ways that you could actually act on it. So even if you are not yet in robust health, you could at least imitate those who are. You could start to engage in the same types of activities, at least to whatever level you are capable at this time. The key here is to make sure that we visualize it, that we repeat it, think it, say it, and then we're going to start to take action and do it. And through this, we bring the act of our focused desire, our intention, into physical reality in even a more profound way than just saying it. So we want to get our vibration to a match of that which we are choosing to draw upon us, that which we are using our intention to create into reality. We want to be able to have ourself in a vibrational match to that. So that means we have to be up, we have to be active, we need to be moving around, we need to feel good, and we need to be acting out to the best of our ability at this moment that which we desire to become, in this case, extremely healthy. So you need to contemplate ways that you could take action that would help bring about this robust health that you seek. Maybe some mild exercise, maybe an increased diet. All kinds of things are available depending on you and your situation. Maybe some physical therapy, whatever it happens to be, right? So you want to be able to start to live it to the best of your ability until it becomes reality. This stage is often taught as fake it till you make it, or the secret to having it all is believing you already do. But we understand that belief is not enough. Okay? That just results in mental delusion. It's not enough. Faking it until you make it is not quite enough either. We have to understand the truth in these kind of statements and how that we can be misled by them. In order to fake it till you make it, this is kind of what you do. You start taking action. You imitate. You simulate those actions of healthy people until you become healthy. Okay? But just continuously to fake it just by pretending or believing will result in failure every time. It doesn't work. So it's important to understand what these phrases truly refer to. And we need clear comprehension in order to prevent the misunderstanding of such things, because they can result in not only failure, but delusion. We must understand that desiring it, thinking it, saying it, and faking it, or imitating it, is not enough to bring it into reality. We need the vibrational component. We need to match our vibrational frequency to that which we are focusing our desire on. And if we are positively thinking about it, if we are positively reciting a mantra about it or an affirmation about it, and if we are truly acting in that fashion, then our vibration will be at a frequency that matches that of robust health, thereby attracting robust health to us. So this is one of the ways it works, and this is what they mean. They don't often explain the component of vibration here, but it's extremely important to the process. Some people falsely think that all you have to do is pretend until it comes true, or believe that it's on its way until it comes true, or just sit back and wish for it. And these are the people that are wondering why this stuff doesn't work. It's because they don't understand the actual process. And those things can become very dangerous to your mental health. So I caution you. We're seeing now how people are taking this type of idea and twisting it to then form a concrete belief that allows whatever they choose to perceive to be their reality and thereby the truth for everyone. And if that's what they perceive and believe, then that's simply the way it is. Hopefully you can see that this is inflated ego and a very dangerous level of delusion that's being formed. But this is happening, right? It's even becoming more common today in various service sectors and industries that the consumer's perception is your reality. So if you work for a company, your consumer, your customer's perception is thereby your reality. If you think about it, it's quite insane. This is not reality. This is allowing each person to live in their own delusion and then try and force it upon everybody else who is living in their own delusion as well. It's not going to end well. That is not going to end well. It is not healthy. So it's a very dangerous notion as it feeds the ego and its delusions to the point of very serious mental illness. So Please watch for this and make sure that you don't fall into this same mental trap. We must understand that these meditative practices, visualization, recitation, imitation, these things are tools that we use to influence actual reality. It's not about twisting or inverting reality to fit our desires or beliefs. This is incredibly important to grasp. It is simply not enough to sit and wish it to ourselves, which is just a mental pattern. It's not enough to form a belief, which is nothing more than a mental formation that we choose to accept as reality. It's not enough to just use our mind. We also have to get out and take action. We have to raise our vibration as well. So we want to understand that using the mind is not enough. We need to directly engage and affect our vibration. In this case, we need to hold the vibrational frequency of robust health in order to attract it into our life, while we use focused desire, focused thought, and focused energy in order to help focus our intention. But we need our vibration to be affected by that intention so that we are a match to good health. The desire, the thought and speech, and this sense of energy or imitation are not magic in that they will not bend reality for you. Instead, their magic resides in the vibrational frequency they allow you to access and remember to hold in every possible facet of your being. And there's even verifiable science to back this up. We can understand that when we raise our vibrational frequency, we affect ourselves through chemical reactions in the brain and body. We understand that when we focus our intention, our brain waves change and more chemical reactions take place. So there is a science to back all of this up. But back thousands of years ago when these practices were developed, they just knew it instinctively and they knew that it worked. For instance, one of the things that we know on the spiritual path is that we free ourselves of drama. And for those who are of ordinary mind, especially those who are totally dominated by ego, they're addicted to the drama. I've stated the addiction part before, right? Well, this is an actual proven chemical addiction because they get so addicted to the stress hormones that are released by the body when they're in that state of drama that their body ends up craving it. So then the mind finds more ways, the ego finds more ways for them to create more drama, to always be involved in more drama as a way to release these stress hormones and various chemicals in the body to create, through that reaction, a fix for their addiction. See how that works? Instead, what we want to do is take that from the negative and use that sort of thing in the positive to help us. So we're going to be using that, but then we're also going to transcend that through vibration. A chemical response in the body, an electrical response in the body is not all there is. There is more. So we want to understand it according to vibration because we're going to go beyond the mind. We're just using the mind here as a tool to help us focus our desire, to focus our thoughts, to focus our energy. But pretty soon we'll go beyond the mind altogether. And what is left? Your vibration and your conscious awareness. So you're going to continue holding that meditative state, focusing your thoughts and feelings on what it would be like if you had robust health. You're going to use the power of visualization and physical sensation, as well as the power of focused thought through reciting in your mind, I am extremely healthy. I am more alive than ever. Find a good positive affirmation. Keep focusing on that in your mind. Anytime you say anything out loud, make sure that you only speak in a positive way about your health. Now you're going to channel that visualization and physical sensation and thought towards actually seeing yourself taking particular action in day-to-day life? What actions would you picture yourself doing that would result in truly robust health? What could you do to transform your poor health into incredibly vibrant health? See that for each one of us, it's going to be different depending on what we are suffering from. You want to get a very clear picture and physical sensation for the ability to know what action you must take, where you're going to focus your energy. Instead of focusing your energy sitting on the couch watching television or playing a game or something like that, you want to focus your energy in a more positive way that will help your robust health. That's just adding to a sedentary lifestyle and you're sitting and rotting away. What we want to do is find ways. Maybe you just get up and walk around your yard a little bit. Maybe you do a little gardening. Maybe whatever it is, whatever you're capable of doing, you get up and you move in such a way that you take action that creates robust health. Look around you. What people do you know? Or what people have you witnessed that have the kind of health that you want? Find ways to imitate them in day-to-day life. Most of these people that are truly successful have books out or audio programs out, and they will tell you, the 7 most important principles they have. Well, take those and imitate it. This is what we're after at this stage. This is the idea of focused energy. So first you want to get a very clear picture for how to focus that energy through this meditative practice. And then we're going to bring it from our mind out into actual physical reality. When you have finished with this practice and you can clearly see and feel and you know now what actions you must begin to take, you can reverse the breath bridge and reconnect to the external world very slowly, very carefully at your own speed. So make sure you sit and take a few deep breaths as you reconnect to the external world. And then when you rise up, do so slowly and carefully so you don't fall or incur some sort of injury, right? We're working on robust health here. The last thing we want to do is stand up and take an action, right? to have this focused energy in a way that ends up causing us additional injury or something. So be very careful with yourself here. Now we will go into the second part of this practice, which is the external or the physical world. So what we want to do is to realize through the meditative practice portion what action we need to take. How can we focus our energy in a way in the physical world through motion, through action, that will provide us with that which we desire, such as robust health? Who is it we could possibly imitate? And what habits do they have that we could imitate that would eventually lead to us having the same type of robust health that they have? Now it's time to take action. It's time to go out and get those materials. If you get the 7 principles to robust health by so-and-so, okay, then I recommend typing it out and taping it up somewhere in your home where it's prominent for you. You can take it down if you had visitors or whatever, but put it up where it's a constant reminder to you, where you can constantly see it, kind of like on a vision board type of thing. You could attend some of their training events. You could, whatever it is you need to do for you to start imitating those who have robust health, start to do it, at least to the extent that you are capable at this time. And then you work your way up, right? It's a process. So then you begin practicing physical exercises, maybe breathing exercises, whatever it is, going for a walk each day. Maybe, the ability to walk around the block is challenging for you, so you start with that. Set your goals that are attainable and then attain them, right? Succeed, and then keep expanding on them. And, maybe running 5 miles is a challenge, or whatever it is. Maybe lifting 200 pounds is your challenge. Whatever it is, maybe you need to overcome an illness, an injury. What do you have to do to get better? You can seek this out. There's all kinds of alternatives out there. There's alternative health methods you could try. There's all kinds of things in the healthcare industry you could try. You've got everything at your fingertips. What do you need to do? And you need to do some research as well and make sure that what you're currently doing isn't exasperating the problem. Because a lot of times that happens, especially with a lot of modern medicines. So be very careful. A lot of them are very helpful, and I'm not giving medical advice, so don't just go off things. But be careful. Understand these things. We have to educate ourselves. We have to take control and responsibility of our health now. We can't rely on anyone else. So we have to find ways to imitate those people who are extremely healthy. Find out what they are doing. Find out what they are not doing. Start doing the things they're doing and make sure to avoid the things they're not doing. And you'd be amazed what's going to happen. This is what's meant through imitation or fake it till you make it. Okay? It isn't pretending. It isn't believing. This is how you do it. So you want to make sure that you just start to live that way. You start to live as a healthy, vibrant person would live. And you become a little more so and a little more so all the time. But it does take focused energy. It takes effort on our behalf. This stuff isn't magic where you can sit and wish it, and just because you want it to happen in your mind, you think it's going to happen. No, that's delusion. We want to avoid such things, don't we? So this is one of the ways you can bring this into the physical world. Find what treatments they are. If you have some sort of illness or disease, find out all kinds of things that you can do. It's amazing what you can do with your own health with things like high quality fresh water, alkaline water, supplements, things like that. So you have to do your own investigation and your own education on that. I know I took control of my health that way, and it has made a tremendous difference. Tremendous difference. You can look at many of the challenges in my book, Expansion Mastery, The Practical Guide to Living a Fully Engaged Life, right? Because there are all kinds of things you can do in there that will positively impact your health and help your sense of vitality. To recap on the process so far, stage 1, visualization. Stage 2, recitation. Stage 3, imitation. Okay, so in the first one, we want to see it. We want to see it in our mind. We're going to use visualization to see it clearly to help focus our desire. We're going to then move into the second stage, which is to recite it. To recite it, we're going to focus our thoughts to say it in our own mind, in our own mental patterns. We're going to create a mental pattern from it, and then we are also going to use it out loud. We're going to say it aloud. So we're going to practice saying it to ourselves and to others. The third is imitation. We're going to take action. We're going to act as if. We're going to take the actions that others have in order to attain what they have attained, right? It's the same thing. If you want to attract money, stop gambling in casinos and doing the lottery and actually start to take a look at how do millionaires and billionaires actually live. What habits do they have that allowed them to become so wealthy? What are they doing? There are a few things they're doing. And if you started to understand how to do them as well, and you engaged in that action, that focused energy, then you could start to attain that kind of wealth. Many of these people are very happy to share that. You can interview them, you can get their books, their programs, whatever it is. And then you can work to attain it just as they did. Now, none of this stuff is going to happen overnight, but if we can focus all of our intention this way, through focusing our desire, through focusing our thoughts, through focusing our efforts and energy, if we can focus all of that stuff and keep that focus, we will positively impact our vibrational frequency, and it will be at a match at that which we desire, and that will help ensure that it's coming to us. It's coming. We just have to hold it. We have to keep going with it. And we have to do our part and take some action here. We have to exert a little effort. This is just how it works. That's why they call it co-creating, because you have to do some of the work, and then the universe or source or whatever you want to call it does some of the work too. right? Obviously, more work than we do, but this is the way it is. So you have to accept that and go through it. Sitting and wishing it and thinking it's going to happen overnight is kind of silly, isn't it? Now, maybe it does happen overnight. I've had instances where it happens within mere hours, okay? So, who knows? Nobody can say it's going to happen at the appropriate time. That's all we can say with certainty. Nobody can say how fast or how slow it's going to happen, and different things will require different amounts of time. So we want to engage these three types of intention thus far. Okay? The intent through desire, the intent through thought, and the intent through effort or energy, action. Right? If you're doing those three things, now you're understanding how to truly unify your mind, body, spirit, and all into one single focused intention. This is how you affect reality. Make sure and stop by my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe and like it and pass it along and share this podcast. Also, visit me on Facebook and Twitter. My author page is Robert D. Bessler. You can find me on both of those social media platforms. And, of course, at www.expansionmastery.com, where you can get your autographed copy of Expansion Mastery, the practical guide to living a fully engaged life, as well as other helpful programs such as the Appreciation Mastery Program and the Breath Bridge Program to assist you in your meditative practices and meditation itself. Until next time, my friends, I wish you the very best in these practices and all the practices you're working on, as well as your life. Take care.